All right, guys, that concludes our makeover with Mel. So that concludes our Mel's makeover. So let's get started with a tour of what we already have and some hacks that can kind of get you through, and these things really will fit any budget that you're working with. All right, so the first thing that we're going to talk about are curtains. Curtains are probably the easiest and largest impact that you can make on your living space. So some options that I have found versus just ready-made curtains, which you can rarely find to actually fit the windows of your RV, is I purchased some fabric from the fabric store and I made these linen curtains. So I had used a comforter, which was not quite so comfortable anymore, and I just disassembled it, and I used the fabric that I liked out of it, and I made the side curtains here. And those have been very enjoyable, but, you know, again, it's time for a change. With that deconstructed comforter, I took the pillow shams and cut them in half, and then just stitched the edges on them, and that creates a pocket, which makes a great slip cover for these chairs. And they're real easy to change out because the chairs just lift up and then they just slip right on top of, and if they get dirty you can just pull them off and wash them. So besides using bed linens, you can also use sheets or shower curtains. Shower curtains are really easy and pretty inexpensive. You can just take the hooks or even run the rod through the holes of the shower curtain and hang those up. You can add a little bit of ribbon to that to help tie them back or, you know, hold them up. You can also use these to make your own custom curtains or Roman shades with them if you're pretty handy. If not, maybe you have a friend who can sew. So I have made some new curtains for our space, and I'm going to show you how easy that was to do. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to address with the curtains are curtain rods. So curtain rods can be one of your top expenses besides curtains themselves. So I'm using some regular household curtain rods, and we're just going to affix those as you would any other curtain rod. Now with the back window, it's kind of large. So a regular curtain rod requires a lot more hardware and you know, possibly a lot of adjustments. So there's options that you can use, such as a dowel rod. All right, so I used a adjustable curtain rod here, and it's just a tension rod. And I previously had it inside of the cornice board, which held very nicely with some previous curtains that I had up here. So today we're going to use the same curtain rod, but I had removed the cornice board, and the hardware is kind of difficult to install as close up to the top and still get the rod on. So I had Thomas create these little hangers for me. It's just a screw and a washer and a piece of electrical wire that has been twisted so that the curtain rod will actually slide through the hole, and then I can just attach the little rubber piece back to it, and so that keeps it secure and in place. It's just that easy. So sometimes you really have to look for the screws because they just kind of affix them any way they can get them on here. These are 84-inch curtains, and so what I did is I just folded them up in half and then sewed them together so that they're double-sided, and that produced a little more insulation and sound protection. Okay guys, so you can see here is our finished product. We have all these lovely curtains hanging up now around our camper. We have one on the door. The next project that we're going to work on today are these pendant lights. So these pendant lights are really really simple to change out. There's just a little screw that's in the top that you want to undo. So what I did to replace these is I purchased some lampshades, and you want to make sure that they have this circle inside, because those are going to fit perfectly inside. And I lined these with some paper just to keep the light from looking funny, which you'll see once we get them taken care of. So that's a really easy thing to do. So I'm just going to show you real quick how simple it is. So you'll probably need a wrench or some pliers or something, just to loosen up the washer that's in there, that's around here. So it just comes right off. As you can see, there's just a little ring in there, and it has a little hole, and this is what holds all of the stuff together. So we're going to take these lampshades and we're going to turn them upside down and just stick them through the hole and put the ring back on. Okay, and then look, how exciting is that? We have brand new lighting. Okay, so our next project is going to be to change out this backsplash. I have already put one up before, so I'm going to show you how easy it is to take it down, and then how easy it is to put it back up. So I brought this product. They're called sticky tiles. They're just an adhesive back plastic tile. So this is a great alternative to regular tile. It is very lightweight, as you can see, and it's super easy to apply and to take off. So if you do get tired of them, they come off really easy, and the adhesive, you can just wipe that right off. So if you want to go back to what you had before, these things come off with very little damage, if any. And you can see the original backsplash that was here before. So it has two layers. It has the little protective layer on top and the backing. So all you need to do is find the tab, pull off the backing, and then we're going to start in a corner. We'll start in this corner over here. Alright, so you can see how easy that is to put up. Now going around corners like this, I find it's best to put your piece up here. The judge kind of measure it out, and you can see that we're going to need to cut off these little corners. So I just cut along the tiles, and then we can go back and fill in with some little pieces. So the important thing is to make sure that you measure up all of your lines and that they're even across. And as you apply new sheets, you want to overlap this grout line so that everything looks uniform. Because if you don't, if you just put them back to back like that, you're going to have too wide of a grout line, and you'll be able to see where you have attached all of your pieces. Okay, so there we go. We have finished our backsplash. Our blinds are back in place. Now, if you wanted to just finish it off even more, you can take a bead of caulk, just some clear caulk, and put around the edges, and that would help to make sure that it's secure. But by making sure that you've pressed it on very well, it should be no problem. And you can just wipe it off. It's very easy to maintain. So maybe this is a project that you would be interested in doing. Okay guys, so here is our finished project for today. We have replaced the curtains, put down some new rugs, and put in a new backsplash. And we replaced the lampshades on the pendant lights. So I think we're looking pretty good. All right, guys, thanks for joining us with our little makeover today. I hope that you learned a few things. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave us a comment in the below, or you can email us from our website at www.homeonthehitch.com. So until next time, please remember to take care of each other, love one another, and make every moment count. See you later. Bye.